Okay. Okay. Now, children, start. I am asking some questions from you. एक क्वेश्चन का आंसर हम 5 बच्चों से पूछेंगे. Okay. Now, raise your hand. खुशी कुमारी का हाथ सबसे ज्यादा. खुशी, इसके बाद फिर दोबारा जब हम बोलेंगे तभी हाथ उठाइएगा. आप फर्स्ट में बोल ही दीजिए. That is, specify two differences between internal and external force. बताइए खुशी कुमारी.
Two difference between external and internal. Ma'am, can you repeat the question?
बोलिए. क्वेश्चन भी बोलना था.
Ma'am, can you repeat the question?
That is D1. Specify two differences between internal and external forces.
Specify two difference between internal and external forces. Answer. Two difference between internal and external forces are: number one, internal change originate inside the earth, whereas external force work on the surface on the earth. B, internal force bring radical change and are easily visible. On the other hand, external change are very slow and take place gradually over a very long period.
चलिए नेक्स्ट बोलेंगे. नेक्स्ट बोलिए आकांक्षा कुमारी. The same question और उसका आंसर बोलिए.
Okay, ma'am. Specify two differences between internal and external forces. Any process working on the Earth's surface and bringing the changes on it is called external forces, and any process working inside the Earth's surface, inside the Earth and bringing change on it is called internal forces.
आपका आंसर इनकम्प्लीट है आकांक्षा. रविशंकर थोड़ा आराम से बोलिएगा. क्वेश्चन भी बोलिएगा, आंसर भी बोलिएगा. जल्दी जल्दी बोलिएगा, फिर नहीं बोलने के लिए देख. रविशंकर.
Yes, ma'am. Specify two differences between internal and external force. Two differences between internal and external force are: internal changes originate inside the earth, where external force work on the surface on the earth. Internal forces bring radical change and are easily visible. On the other hand, external changes are very slow and take place gradually over a long period.
ओके. नेक्स्ट चलिए. नेक्स्ट स्टार्ट करिए. नेक्स्ट बोलेंगे रविशंकर. अनिशा कुमारी 7B. अनिशा कुमारी.
Yes, ma'am.
Specify
Specify two differences between internal and external forces. Two differences between internal and external forces are: first, internal forces originate inside the earth, whereas external forces work on the surface of earth. Second, internal changes bring radical changes on the and are easily visible. On the other hand, external changes are very slow and take and cannot be visualized.
Student have, I think 4 have given the answer, na? Ravishankar, Khushi Kumari, और आकांक्षा कुमारी और अनिशा कुमारी. Now Vivek Verma. Vivek Verma.
Yes, ma'am.
The same
Yes, ma'am.
answer, question and answer. हाँ.
Yes, ma'am. Specify two difference between internal and external force. Two difference between internal and are: internal change organized inside the earth, whereas external force work on the surface on the earth. Second, internal force bring radical change and are easily visible. On the other hand, and take external force and external change are very slow and take place gradually over a very long period.
Okay. Now my next question is name the various agents of gradation. Now next is name the various agents of gradation. Ayush Raj, बोलिए.
Yes, ma'am.
Ayush Raj.
Name the various
Yes,
agents of
बोलिए.
gradation. The various agents of gradation are running water, glacier, wind, and sea waves.
उसके बाद बोलेंगे आयुष राज के बाद सिमरन कुमारी अनिका सिंह.
Yes, ma'am.
बोलिए.
Ma'am,
Name the various agents of gradation.
the various agents of gradation are running water, glaciers, sea waves, and wind.
उसके बाद बोलिए उदित राज इन द क्लास.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Udit Raj. Name the various agents of gradation.
Various agents of gradation are running water, glacier, wind, and sea waves.
Sea waves. Okay. 3 students have given the answer, Anika, Ayush, and Udit. And next is Simran. Name the various agents of gradation. Simran.
Yes, ma'am.
Simran. Yes.
Yes,
Name
ma'am.
the various
The
agents of
various
gradation.
Yes, ma'am. The various agents of gradations are running water, glacier, wind, and sea waves.
Yes. Now one more. जो बोल दिए हैं वो वेट करेंगे. हम every I want to give a chance to everyone, all of you. Now Simran, Soumya Shekhar.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Name the various agents of gradation. Answer. Running water, glacier, wind, and sea waves are the various agents of gradation.
Next is now is the question for Soumya Sinha 7A. Distinguish between transported and residual soil. Soumya Sinha 7A.
Yes, ma'am. Distinguish between transported and residual soil. When the weathering process breaks the rocks into smaller particles and then the particles carried away by water, wind, and later get deposited at a new place. Such soil is called transported soil. When the soil is formed by the weathering of a parent rock and remains present on the same site, it is called residual soil.
Now Kunal Kumar 7I. Kunal Kumar 7I. The same question. Kunal Kumar 7I.
Yes, ma'am.
चलिए the distinguish between transported and residual soil. Kunal, are you listening me, Kunal? No. Yashasvi Raj. Shashank Sharma 7B. Shashank Sharma. Devpriya 7A.
Yes, ma'am.
Distinguish between transported and residual soil. बोलिए Devpriya.
When the weathering process breaks the rocks into small particles and then these particles carried away by water, wind, etc. and later get deposited at new places, such soil is called transported soil. Residual soil. When the soil is formed by the weathering of a parent rock and remains present in the same site, it is called residual soil.
Very nice. बहुत बढ़िया. Good answer. Shivam Swaraj 7I.
Yes, ma'am. Transported soil.
Yes.
The weathering process breaks the rocks into small particles. These are then carried away by water, wind, etc. and later get deposited at a new place. Such soil is called transported soil. Residual soil. When the soil is formed by the weathering of a parent rock and remains present on the same site, it is called residual soil.
Good. Rishika Raj 7B. How is delta form? How is a delta form? Rishika Raj.
Yes, ma'am.
7B.
How is a delta formed? When a river enters an ocean sea, a land forms created by deposition of sediments that is carried by a river. It is called delta.
Okay. Next is Gauri 7B. बोलिए, how is a delta form? Gauri 7B? No. Sanvi Sharma 7A. How is a delta form? Sanvi Sharma 7A.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
A
How is a
river,
delta
while on
form?
its course, carries the sediments. How is the delta formed? A river, while on its course, carries some sediments. On its end, it deposits that sediments and goes to meet the sea. This is how.
I have not got your answer clearly, Sanvi. I have not got your answer clearly. Sanvi Sharma. Vanshika? Vanshika?
Yes,
Am I
ma'am.
audible to you? Yes.
Yes,
How is
ma'am.
your delta
How
form?
is a
Yes.
delta
How is your...
formed? When a
Yes.
river enters an ocean, sea, and a landform and created by deposition of sediments that is carried by the river, it is called delta.
Yes. Now, the question from Gauri has not responded me. Piyush. Piyush Raj. Piyush Raj. और सत्यम कुमार 7I.
Yes, ma'am.
Satyam Kumar. Yes. How is a delta form?
The river thus deposits silt, sand, and sediment over a large area near its mouth. This large deposition help in the formation of delta.
Okay. Harshit Kumar Mishra. How is a delta form? Harshit Kumar Mishra.
Yes, ma'am.
How is a delta form? बताएंगे? Yes, हर्षित कुमार मिश्रा. किसके घर से आवाज आ रही है? अपने माइक को म्यूट कर लीजिए. म्यूट योर माइक. किसके घर से आ रही है?
हर्षित की माइक से आ रही थी.
हर्षित के माइक से आ रही थी.
Yes, ma'am.
Please take care. You are attending online class. आपके घर से आवाज आ सकती है. आपको थोड़ा केयरफुल रहना है. Now, question number 5. Why is humus formed more rapidly in humid areas? नाम लूंगी मैं. जिन बच्चों को बोलूंगी वही बोलेंगे. आंसर केशव कुमार. केशव कुमार. No response from Keshav. Some student have a habit. Utpal.
Yes, ma'am.
Utpal.
Yes, ma'am.
Why is humus formed more rapidly in humid areas? बोलिए.
Why is humus formed more rapidly in humid area? Humus is formed more rapidly in humid area due to the heavy growth of plant and rich animal life.
Very good. Anima Sharma. Why is humus formed more rapidly in humid areas? Anima Sharma.
Yes, ma'am. Why is humus formed more rapidly in humid area? Humus is formed more rapidly in humid area due to heavy growth of plant and rich animal life.
Very good. Sumita Sharma.
Yes, ma'am.
बोलिए. Why is humus formed more rapidly in humid areas?
Why is humus formed more rapidly in humus areas? Answer. Humus is formed more rapidly in humid areas due to heavy growth of plants and rich animal life.
Very good. बहुत बढ़िया. Now question for Chavi Rani. Why is conservation of soil important? Suggest 3 different ways of soil conservation.
Yes, ma'am. Soil conservation is important because it helps to protect natural resources. It helps to restore habitat for plants and wildlife. It helps to improve water quality and make the soil healthy. Different ways of soil conservation are soil rotation and multiple cropping, development and management of pasture land, afforestation.
Now, the question for next. This question is from. देखते हैं. अनिमा शर्मा. आयुष राज ने बोला है 7 हाँ बोला है. युवराज कुमार. युवराज कुमार. युवराज कुमार. No,
Yes,
not
ma'am.
responding. Yuvraj. Okay, good, Yuvraj. Why is conservation of soil important? Suggest 3 different ways of soil conservation. बोलिए.
Yes, ma'am. Soil is the loose material found on the surface of the earth. It is made of organic and inorganic particles. The organic particles are derived from dead remains of plants and animals. In the course of time, these particles get decomposed and change into a dark colored
ये
material
क्या
called
क्वेश्चन
humus.
क्या बोल रहे हो तुम युवराज? क्वेश्चन इज व्हाई इज कंजर्वेशन ऑफ सॉइल इंपॉर्टेंट? सॉइल का कंजर्वेशन क्यों जरूरी है? और तुम क्या बोले जा रहे हो?
Ma'am, can I?
यस, हु इज देयर? कौन बोले? कैन आई?
Ma'am, Puru Ranjan.
बोलिए पुरु रंजन. क्वेश्चन पढ़िए, आंसर बताइए.
Why is conservation of soil important? Suggest 3 different ways of soil conservation. Soil
Yes.
conservation is important because it saves the soil through harsh weather and stop erosion. Ways of soil conservation are terrace farming, afforestation, development and management of pasture land.
कोई बच्चा जो अभी बोला नहीं आंसर, वो बोलना चाहता है तो रेज हैंड करेगा. इसी क्वेश्चन का आंसर. एनीवन? एनीवन?
Stuti Sharma.
स्तुति शर्मा. यस, स्तुति बोलिए. व्हाई इज कंजर्वेशन ऑफ सॉइल इंपॉर्टेंट? सजेस्ट 3 डिफरेंट वेज ऑफ सॉइल कंजर्वेशन. वेरी गुड. बोलिए स्तुति.
Soil conservation is important because it screws the soil through harsh weather and the steep erosion. Way of soil conservation are trace farming, afforestation,
टेरेस फार्मिंग. हाँ.
and trace farming, afforestation, and development and management of a pasture land.
Good.
Pasture land.
Now pasture land. स्तुति थोड़ा. हाँ, राइट. यस विवेक, व्हाट इज योर क्वेश्चन?
मैम ये जो लास्ट क्वेश्चन मैम जो आप ये क्वेश्चन पूछी, इसमें से मैम जो 3 डिफरेंट वेज ऑफ सॉइल कंजर्वेशन आ रहा है मैम, इसमें फर्स्ट में क्रॉप रोटेशन एंड मल्टीपल क्रॉपिंग मेथड सही है मैम?
वही है, क्रॉप रोटेशन से होता क्या है कि एक ही क्रॉप बार बार तो उसका जो प्रोडक्टिविटी है सॉइल का कम हो जाता है. क्रॉप रोटेट करते हैं तो दूसरे क्रॉप से फिर ज्यादा प्रोडक्टिविटी रहता है और सॉइल भी डिफरेंट तरह से वर्क करता है. ये सही है. मल्टीपल मतलब तरह तरह का, एक ही तरह का खेती करने से फिर धीरे धीरे प्रोडक्शन कम हो जाता है. इसका मतलब सॉइल का फर्टिलिटी कम लगता है.
थैंक यू मैम.
वेलकम. और किसी का कोई क्वेश्चन है? नाउ ऑल ऑफ यू ओपन योर CW कॉपी and put date. Put date and write. I am going to ask some questions and write the answer. Close your book also. Mounds of sand deposited, one word hoga. This is the answer, one word hoga. Mounds of sand deposited by wind action in desert. The process number 2, the process in which a gradual wearing and carrying away of soil particles takes place on the earth's surface. The process in which a gradual wearing and carrying away of soil particles takes place on the earth's surface. Number 3, the process of lying down of sediments carried by various agents of gradation. The process of lying down of, yes, okay, of sediments carried by various agents of gradation. Next question is a mass of moving ice down the slope. A mass of moving ice down the slope. Number 5, removal of the top layer of the soil. Removal of the top layer of soil. This is number 5. Now, Sanvi Sinha, roll number 2. बताइए, what is the answer of question number 1? Mounds of sand deposited by wind action in desert. Sanvi Sinha. Sand dunes. Number 2. Ready for number 2? And that is the answer देंगे. Pragya Pradyot, बोलिए, what is the answer of question number 2? The process in which a gradual wearing and carrying away of soil particles takes place on the earth's surface. बोलिए, Pragya Pradyot. No answer.
Ma'am, can I, Akansha?
Ma'am, can
बोलिए
I?
आकांक्षा. बोलिए
Yes,
आकांक्षा.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The process in which a gradual wearing and carrying away of soil particles take place on the earth's surface is erosion.
Good. Question number 3. The process of laying down of sediments carried by various agents of gradation. बोलिए इसका आंसर.
May I, Vivek?
पीयूष राज.
Can I, ma'am,
पीयूष राज.
Satyam?
एक मिनट, just wait. पीयूष राज, बोलो. पीयूष राज 7A. पीयूष. गौरी 7B. गौरी.
May I, Vivek Verma?
Ma'am, may I, Vanshika?
Ma'am, can I, Satyam?
सत्यम बोलिए. The process of laying down of sediments. बोलिए सत्यम.
The process of laying down of sediment carried by various agents of gradation, deposition.
Deposition. Now ज्ञान प्रकाश. ज्ञान प्रकाश बोलेंगे. A mass of moving ice down the slope. ज्ञान प्रकाश. ज्ञान प्रकाश. ज्ञान प्रकाश. Not in the class.
May I?
Premaditya. No, Premaditya. Premaditya, are you in the class? Premaditya?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. बोलिए, the a mass of moving ice down the slope. What is the answer of this question?
Ma'am, glacier.
Premaditya. हाँ, glacier.
Ma'am, glacier.
हाँ, प्रेमादित्य ने बोला. Now Rishabh Raj. Rishabh Raj 7A. Rishabh Raj 7A. Removal of the top layer of the soil. Rishabh Raj 7A. सनी
मैम
कुमार,
थिन लेयर।
ये आंसर किसने दिया?
मैम ऋषभ।
Who has given this answer? ऋषभ ने क्या बोला? Removal
मैम
of
थिन
the
लेयर।
no thin layer. That is soil erosion. Soil erosion.
यस।
ये क्वेश्चन, किसी के पास अगर क्वेश्चन आंसर नहीं लिखा हुआ होगा तो वो क्लास में व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में सेंड करेगा, उसके लिए क्वेश्चन आंसर फिर से भेज दिया जाएगा। बट क्वेश्चन चैप्टर 2 and 3 ये हमारे रिवीजन का है और हम लोग उसका रिवीजन करेंगे कल। इसका 1 वर्ड आंसर हम जो है टेस्ट लेंगे आप लोगों का इन बिटवीन बुक से। किसी का कोई डाउट है तो क्लियर कर लो। Anyone has doubt? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
हमको तो डाउट है क्योंकि आई हैव ए डाउट। यशस्वी राज बिना माइक के हैं, सिर्फ उनका ये दिख रहा है, इसका मतलब क्लास में नहीं है वो। और जो भी to attend your classes, I want one answer again. The major soil in India. अनिशा कुमारी बोलिए 7B बोलिए।
मैम
हाँ,
मैम क्वेश्चन
व्हाट आर द मेजर। हाँ बोलिए अनिशा।
मैम क्वेश्चन एक बार फिर से बोलिए ना।
What are the major soil types found in India?
Alluvial soil, black soil, red soil, laterite soil,
Laterite soil.
laterite soil, and
Mountain soil.
desert soil.
And desert soil. Good. One more question. One more question from पीयूष राज का। तो अभी तो देख रहे हैं कि माइक ये है, पीयूष राज क्लास में है। केशव कुमार, केशव कुमार, केशव कुमार, आर यू लिसनिंग? 7B केशव। Keshav don't want to give any answer. Shashank 7B. Shashank 7B. Shashank, are you? हाँ चलो, Shashank is here. आप बताइए। एक one question I am going to ask from you. How is it? Shashank 7B बोलिए।
Yes, ma'am. And question repeat, please.
How is a delta formed? How is a delta formed? Shashank.
Before meeting the sea, the river become large and sluggish and get divided into several distributaries. It now comes to its old stage. The river thus deposits silt, sand, and sediments over a large area near its mouth. This large deposition helps in the formation of a delta.
Very good, बहुत बढ़िया शशांक। इसी तरह से क्लास में आंसर देने के लिए तैयार रहेंगे आप लोग। आई थिंक टुडे यू ऑल हैव एंजॉयड द क्लास। यस और नो?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
यस, इसी तरह से हाँ प्रिपेयर रहेंगे और क्वेश्चन आंसर को बिल्कुल ही तैयार कर लीजिए इन बिटवीन से कि एग्जाम में सारे लोग अपना अपना लिखेंगे। मैम प्लीज गिव मी ए चांस। सलोनी, ओके सलोनी, आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन फॉर यू। Why the conservation of soil important? Suggest 3 different ways of soil conservation. Saloni.
Yes, ma'am. Soil conservation helps to protect natural resource and watersheds. It stored habitats for plant and wildlife. It improves water quality and makes soil healthier. It also creates economic opportunity. 3 different ways of soil conservation are crop rotation and multiple cropping method, development and management of pasture land, afforestation.
Now time is over, children. Have a good day.
Have a good day, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome.